And when you say check in, you mean like check in to make a date night or check in to make just a moment together is what you're
check
saying?
in,
Or you're like,
uninterrupted 15
because at
minutes.
first when you say that, that's like scary. Like when you're like, check in, like, how are we? Are we going to
No.
continue with this journey together? That's what I was like,
You
what?
went glass half empty on that one. Unqualified, unsolicited, and totally honest opinions on midlife. Today, I thought it'd be really good idea to talk about the midlife marriage check-in. Are you growing together or are you drifting apart? It's your favorite topic. Yeah. I
Uh-oh.
not that we
I don't know if I
are.
signed up for this.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
Whatever. But it's just little things. It's like good
Interesting.
little check-ins of because our lives are busy and we can get, logistical instead of
Oh,
deeper.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's those, and I think it's so normal and it's okay, but just those
You
little,
mean like those times when you just like we're both I'm working from home and then all of a sudden I see your car passing by the window as you just off to do something and I'm like, "Oh, bye."
yeah. Well, I think because I told you earlier I had something and then I
Oh.
didn't give myself that extra 2 minutes to go.
Mm.
But yes, little things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can function very well together and kind of sometimes you travel and sometimes we just kind of
You
the
operate on
integration.
an
I
island,
I operate like, oh yes, I'm glad you're here. Sorry.
but you're annoying me in my space.
Some it's the re-entry, reintegration sometimes
Uh,
is tricky, but I think what we do well is these which I've told lots of people is this podcast has actually really helped because it gives us that
yeah.
uninterrupted time to talk.
Yes, I think that yes, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, are you were like, yeah, like you
No,
were doing
no, no, I do
stop.
agree. No, no,
Yeah.
no, I do. Yeah, yeah. No, I was gonna say something else, but then it didn't make sense, so I didn't say it.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but because I was looking into it and it was like, make sure you do those check ins of like, how are you?
So what's a
Or
check-in? Yeah.
like 10 minutes of where's your head at? What's going on besides,
Where's
okay,
your head at?
yes, where's your head at? Where's your head at?
Sorry.
But like today, you and I both were doing that typical, what's your night like? What's your plan? When are you
Right,
at practice?
right.
When are we going to be in the same room at the same time?
Oh my god, the kid sports thing and then
Yeah.
work, like, you're like, "Holy cow."
Yeah. We're in a very busy season.
Yeah.
And so we just have to be more mindful about doing our, like, I think dates
We probably should
or
do a date night, we haven't
we
done that
probably
in a
should.
while.
Yes. Yeah. And
That's just like, you're like,
And
"When?"
I love our kids are like, we're so family oriented, but sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I don't even have alone time with you in the evening because the kids are just there
I
and
love
they're
it, like,
like,
sometimes you try to tell me something and then one of the kids is like, "What? What?" And then we're like,
I'm
"It's
like,
not for you. If
yeah,
we
like,
addressed you, it was for" yeah, but
yeah, we don't want to be like, can you leave, please, so we can have a real
yeah.
conversation? So it gets trickier and harder. But I
Yeah.
think if you keep doing those things of just logistics and it's all about everything else, and you don't stay interested in each other and staying interested where you're really knowing what's going on beyond the calendar and beyond the busy, then you kind of start drifting apart. And it quietly happens. And then all of a sudden you just don't feel as close and then it's awkward and we've all been to dinner we like when you see that couple and they're just kind of sitting there
Mhm.
and you want I don't know if everyone feels like this but sometimes I want to go up and be like hey
Here's a topic.
like I'm just curious like what made you fall in love with each other and then like tell me about it like how'd you meet and like kind of just re-spark that would kind of weird them out but I really want to do it
Yeah,
one
I think it would
time it
definitely
might
weird him out.
if I had it like a drink or something, maybe I'd be like, "You guys are cute. How'd you meet?" I would do it in a cool way, but you just want to get them like engaged because I think they're both like I think a lot of it is they're exhausted and they're like
Sure.
we should go on a date night and then they're like I mean because I remember you and I when we were the kids were younger and we actually got to go away for like a night or two and we went to Santa Barbara and we get in the car and we're all excited we're packing
He's
we didn't
tired.
talk for like an hour and at first I was just like I think I was in my own head not realizing we weren't talking and then after 45 minutes, I think, because we were listening to music, because we love
Yeah,
music, and the
yeah.
the drive to Santa Barbara from where we used to live is amazing. But then I was like, oh wait, what do I like? What should I say to him? And my inner monologue is like,
No,
you know what I mean?
really?
Like,
That's
just kind of not awkward, but we just been so busy and
yeah.
we knew we had this time together, but it was kind of, and sometimes on date nights, you're just like, well, we don't want to talk. I know we're not
We
supposed to
don't always
talk
want to talk
about
about
the
kids
kids,
and
but
sports and
it's
all
such a
that
big
crap.
part of our
I know.
lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, sometimes if you kind of lose touch a
Listen,
little bit.
I think, yeah, I think on date nights, I don't know if anything should really be taboo or not. Like, if that's what you feel like talking about because it makes sense in the moment,
Yeah.
then because for most people our age, I think the kids and their movements are such, they're like, they're on our forefront,
Oh,
so
totally.
much that
And I
like,
think maybe you start
don't
with
make
that.
rules
Yeah,
against it.
exactly.
Exactly. If you're spending time, you're spending time.
Yeah.
I guess
And
that'd
I
be
think
my,
maybe you just what's the word? Decompress, or you just kind of both like, hey, hey, and then you just kind of get down to like the real stuff and like, how's
yeah.
work going? Or like, hey, I remember you saying this, like, and you dive deeper, and or you with your guitar, like, hey, how's like I hear you in there. What are you working on? And just showing that interest of,
Oh, yeah.
of
Yeah.
what if your partner's really into you're into guitar right now. I'm
I saw this video. You
into
want to see
pickleball.
something funny?
Yeah. What?
Like it was this video of this guy who makes these like comedic little skateboarding videos, and he was like at the skate park and he took a fall and he was talking to another dude his old age, his same age, and he was like, I think I might have to slow down skateboarding or I might have to stop. And the guy's like, don't say that. And then it cuts to him like playing golf, playing guitar, playing pickleball, playing all these things.
Slow down, like, from skateboarding to
Yes. Damn it.
yeah,
I'm falling into the trap
you're falling into the midlife trap of
of it might be getting a little hard to, beat
yeah,
myself up like that, which is
right,
such a shame.
right.
But anyways, that's a segue.
But
That's my own
not
issue.
really, because I asked, and
Yeah.
then you're saying, "How are you feeling?" Which those are some big feels of like,
Yeah.
"Oh, that's frustrating," and things
I
have to
can't.
shift, and
Yeah.
but being in touch with each other of like, "Hey," and like last night, our teen, bless her, they'll always put you in your place.
Yeah. She
Like,
got you good,
she
huh?
got me good, and I was trying to go through it with you, and granted, it was parenting, but I was like, I just needed to kind of you and I yin and yang really well, and I was yanging or whatever is the lower of the two. But I was like, "Hey, I need you to pull me out of this hole," because that kind of it's like having a paper cut. And she was like, "I'm gonna rub some lemon in that,"
Yeah.
and
They're vicious little
they
kittens.
are
Yeah.
kittens, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll get
Um,
you. They'll cut you
and
good.
and I was just like, "I need you to make me feel better before I get out go to bed."
Yeah.
But I love that you can, and I know that you can pull me out of that. But it was just hard to even get one-on-one because I didn't want to talk about it in front of another kid. And I was just like, "Ah!" I
Yeah.
just
The
wanted to
walls feel they do shrink when we are trying to have a
yeah. They're
conversation. That
everywhere.
is hard.
There's
Yeah.
3 of them.
Yeah.
We even have a decent sized house, but they're just kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
And
They're
I
so
love them and I
great.
love that they're around, but I just yeah, but you know what my favorite time with you is or has been lately is our coffee talks.
Yeah, that's fun in the
Yeah.
mornings. I also like sitting by the fire. That's kind of
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
When we yes.
In the spring,
Yeah,
summer.
in the spring or inside.
So we just don't do date nights during the bad weather times.
Yes. Yes. Or we'll do our concert or do something,
Concerts have gotten really expensive.
they've gotten
Concerts are
really
just out
expensive.
of hand.
It's really
It's
sad.
out of hand.
It is out of hand. And we're like,
And
we're gonna
our kids really love music, and so it's like they want to go with us now. And it's like I can't spend $1,000 to go see a concert. I
yeah.
can't
It's
even fathom that. I'm not even that's not even on my radar.
I
I'm like,
know.
I see the prices and I'm like, nah, I'm
Who
just
is
not doing
it?
that.
Maddie, our teen, was like texting us and she goes, a bunch of them wanted to go to Cardi B.
Oh
And she
yeah.
goes, and her friend was like, it's only
No,
$50.
70. They're like,
No, it
it's
was
only
60. But then, and we're like, and I love it because you and I walked her through it. We're like, okay, so there's this thing called service fees. I want to show you where this seat would be
yep,
for
yep,
$60.
yep.
It's horrible. And
Nosebleed.
then whoever's driving you, we want to offer them like to help with parking.
Parking.
And then, oh, you're going to be thirsty. So you have to
Yep,
buy your $12 water or drink.
yep.
And so we were like, is Cardi B, sorry, Cardi B, if you're listening, is she worth the $100? It's not $60. And I love that we were walking her through that because she was like, oh no. And then we're like, and it'd be one thing if it was Fleetwood Mac or someone you love and is on your playlist. We've never heard you listen to Cardi B. Sure, would that be fun? I would love
Yeah,
to
I'll
go
go to
to a
any concert.
million.
If
Yeah,
they're a talented artist, I'm in. I don't
totally.
care what genre, but now it's just gotten so expensive. So I guess this segues because that used to be our big date night.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
going
So
to
that kind of connects.
live music and stuff. But
So
now
what
I'm
do you
like,
do now?
it's so late. Like we get home at 11:30 and I'm really loving my sweet spot of going to bed at 10.
Nerd.
And I can do it. You're more of a night owl than I am.
Yeah.
And so, but I do love that usually during the weekends we'll do with granted it's not a date night, but we'll do a family night and then we'll do like a social night.
Yeah.
And then I feel like in the mornings, you and I get our
Coffee.
that's where we found our sweet
Because they're
spot.
sleeping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're sleeping. And then
The
if my mom
beasts.
wakes up early and it's too early, I'm like, go back to bed. Cause I'm like, this is my time. This is
Right.
my time. And I know you're
Yeah.
not great until
Yeah,
9:30.
we
So
have been doing
you'll
that. That's kind of like a date. That's like
yeah,
a
it
mini
is a
date.
total and the dates just look
God, are
different.
we old? What happened?
No, we're just in a
Our
different
20-year-old
stage.
selves just laughed at us.
Well, our 20-year-old self was like, really? That's gonna happen? But like,
Right. They're
but
like, you
not
guys are losers.
no, we're not losers. I
You
don't
guys are
think so.
awesome.
And I see a lot of I see my friends whose maybe youngest is our oldest age. I see that they're like really good about going on date. But I'm like, this is
Because
just
it
the
starts
season
opening
we're
up.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
this is
yeah,
just the
yeah.
season we're in. We have to be around for their social life on weekends to drive them around and do these.
Which is crap. We
I
need
know.
Elon to
I'm
get that
like,
robo taxi going
yeah,
big
I
time.
know, 'cause I'm like,
Come on, buddy.
wow. Yeah, it is. It does put a dent. But I think sometimes we're like, nope, we have plans, so we can't drive you.
Right.
And then some friends tag team and stuff. But it is cute. And I do like looking at a lot of our friends and what they're doing with their husbands
What
and
are they
their
doing?
spouses. Well, I mean, like the ones that have their
Real good
youngest
relationships?
N they're just going on dates, and I'm like, "Oh, that'll happen again. We will
Like a dinner
have that
date or
time."
whatever?
I think you and I are good about we love the stage we're in, and we'll find our windows where we can,
Yeah.
and that we are making time for ourselves to have real conversations,
Like
to
this?
stay interested.
Yeah.
Yes, because and also when you travel, obviously we're not that connected because again, I think we've established on past podcasts,
I'm not a
we're
strong phone
horrible,
user.
horrible on the phone and you're 2 hours ahead, and we just aren't really
I just
connected,
can't sit and chit chat on it. I
and
just
that's
can't do
fine,
it.
and that's what I
Doesn't
married.
work for me.
It's not shocking, it's not like I got the bait and switch. I know
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
signed on for.
Yeah.
So, but when you are home, we do yeah, we definitely crave that, like, connection and,
Yeah.
"Hey, what's going on? Tell me about this week. What'd you guys do?" And you do happen to have an interesting job
Mm.
that I like to hear about, so that helps. So good job there.
Oh, I
'Cause, like, TPS reports might not be, or whatever. But yeah, because some of my friends, they're like, "I don't even know what happens, you know." So I am interested in your job. And if you're not, get like find something else you're interested in your husband with your partner.
Alright.
But so I do think we are doing good there. But it's just those little check-ins. And again, we like to do the little things because I think that's how it can go either way. Like our micro things, like micro marriage moments. Like it could go if you find you're not connected or you haven't checked in on like what's really going on, like it's just those little questions. You can change the trajectory really fast. And you can be like, hey, one of my friends tonight, we're doing like a ladies happy hour. And
Mhm.
then she's like, can you drive? Because my husband's picking me up for a date night. I'm like, awesome. And that's cool because then I'm like, oh, I should do that. Like I should plan a date night. And when you have the date night, you'll thank your past self for doing those things. Or if you don't have time for the date night, I know tomorrow morning we don't have 8 a.m. basketball.
Boom.
So I'm really excited for our morning
Yeah.
date with
Coffee.
you
Yeah.
and just having that time and just talk about anything and everything and not have expectations or limits on if it is kids, but then we'll go down rabbit holes, which we always do, of fun things. And like you'll enlighten me because judge me, that's fine. But I
A
think it's
world
how
news.
I don't listen
Yeah.
to news and you
Yeah.
can judge me, but I think that's how I keep my sunny disposition. And everyone, you do you, but you'll let me know. And then sometimes I'm like, oh my God. And you're like, yeah, it's a lot. And then,
Yeah.
yeah. Do you have aging parents and you're still raising your kids? Then welcome to the sandwich generation. It can be super overwhelming, but I've got you. I wrote an ebook that helps you save time, energy, and money. And you can get your copy on thesandwichgen.com/ebook, and it will help you with all the things you need.
So the moral of that is find your micro. Well, it's a lot back to like, sometimes it's too hard to do like something big and macro,
Yeah.
and sometimes the little things like a walk or
Yeah,
whatever.
like doing the walk after dinner
Pickleball's
or
fun too.
pickleball.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just whatever. If you don't have a hobby together, like even if you're, I mean, the little things count. Even if you're making dinner or making breakfast, we do a lot of like our breakfasts on the weekends. Like you take on the one part and then we're talking during it. And, it's just having those moments together. It doesn't matter it doesn't have to be anything grandiose or spending a ton of money. It can be super simple.
Yeah.
It's just it's the quality, not the quantity. And it's what you're actually doing with those times. Cause you could go on a date, spend a lot of money, and be the awkward couple at the table and not be connecting. That does
Right.
not count. So, like, just because you're right by each other, it has to be like the actual, and it could be 10 minutes, could do more awesomeness than an hour and a half of non awesomeness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get that. Like,
Yeah.
the work can be like that. Sometimes it's 3 hours of a grind where and then 15 minutes of just massive productivity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense,
Yeah. But it is so common for midlife when you are so tired by all that's going on in the day
Yeah, it's a
to
shame,
be
but
just be
yeah.
tired, to just
Yeah.
be tired and be like, love you, I'm going to bed, or like, hey, I'll like talk to you because you're coaching, sports are going on, and I could be like, I'll touch base with you in June.
Yeah,
And
well,
just
we're
kind of,
getting home when you're going to bed. It's so crazy.
I know, I know.
It's a
But
bummer.
like but again, it's like making those moments,
Yeah.
like real quality moments, and that we do during the week, have take our lunch break and come and have these conversations. Or sometimes we do get to sit at the table together and
Have some
have
lunch?
lunch,
Have some lunch?
have some lunch.
Yeah, see, it's back to us kicking our 20, our 20. It's weird. I guess really the moral of the lesson is you have to make it work with the new world that we're
Yeah, the
in, right?
phase and
Yeah.
stage you're in, because it's gonna
'Cause
change.
you don't get like those you don't get too many like Friday nights alone or like remember when we were younger, we used to do like Sundays we'd wake up late and go like have a brunch and then maybe watch a movie and you're like,
Yeah, but I mean,
there's no way in heck
again, if
we
you
can do that.
condense that whole 4 hour like lounging,
Yeah.
doing all the things, I mean, we could get that done. We're just more effective and efficient now.
Oh,
We can
yes.
get that done in 10
Yeah.
minutes.
People, we're very efficient with our
Yeah,
time.
we are.
Yeah.
Well, at
Hitting
least
on
we try.
all cylinders.
Yeah, and
Every
sometimes,
moment.
but being interested is such a huge part
You're
of it.
saying being interested in
Each other, like
yeah.
what you're
Yeah.
doing,
Yeah, okay.
and like sharing things with each other. Because I think, especially
Listening.
listening and being curious and wanting to know more of what's going on. And I think the hobbies or whatever, beyond work is the best way to kind of be like, hey, how's that going? Oh, that's so cool you're doing it. I was just telling so and so you're doing that. I really think it's really cool. And just that part is really easy.
Yeah.
And maybe like, even if it's Monday and like, hey, I'm going to try this new recipe because you guys have been sick of that
Poo-pooing.
I'm making all these things.
I don't complain about someone making food for me.
No, but I do love the other day, you're like, "Are you ready for some
I said,
well,
"Can you handle
can
some
you handle"
constructive criticism?"
or feedback? You did
Feedback. Oh, yeah, it
feedback.
was feedback.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
wasn't criticism, and
Yeah,
I
yeah, it's
go, had
feedback.
to take a deep breath,
You did, you
and I
did.
go, "Yes." And I appreciated that you asked the question,
Yeah.
and then you were like, "This doesn't have any taste."
Yeah,
And I was like,
there was some no flavor pasta.
"Yeah," and I was like,
I
"I
was
get."
happy to have food.
Yeah, and I was like, "I get that." I go, "I did follow the recipe, so
Yeah.
maybe we just" I go, and then I did say, "Well, just get some hot sauce and put it on top." But yeah, because yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
but it's even getting, instead of, I'd rather you say something than not say something.
yeah,
I didn't create the recipe, so I didn't really take it personally.
yeah.
But maybe, next time I can be, and sometimes I'm like, I don't know, do you have any ideas? And
So someone's like now someone in the background's going, "Do a date night cooking thing." That's what
which
they're
would be
saying.
really cool. That would be really cool.
Yeah. That
Wouldn't
would
it
be
be fun?
yeah.
I
Oh,
mean, if it's like,
yes.
if they made it like because I think we've
Like, I
said
could just
more
have
of
a
those
beer and watch you
experiences.
cook? Yeah, and then I'll do the
I
dishes?
mean, no, I think at those, when you're paying, you're not doing the dishes.
Oh.
Like you get to just
Oh.
like sip and watch and eat and then implement.
I can do cooking, right?
Yeah, you can.
But, like, I don't enjoy. I do it
You
like,
don't enjoy it all.
nah, 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 no, like it's not like building something. Like it is building something, but for me, it's not like building something. I don't know. I don't really like. I'm not the.
Well, you know why? Because you're not a huge foodie.
Yeah,
I'm a huge foodie and I'll crave
I
something.
could just take a pill and I'd be like, if they're like, this is the
Ugh,
perfect dinner,
yeah,
I'd
that's
be like,
exact. Oh,
so
yeah, no. I would wanna, like
yeah,
I
every blue
appreciate
moon,
what it
every blue
looks
moon.
like, what it like,
Yeah.
now after we went to Italy, I really appreciate tomatoes, and now I'm ruined by tomatoes because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, you can't just have that. That's
Mm,
mealy and it's not, like, flavorful."
yeah,
So I appreciate the whole thing. I think where a lot of us women or the ones making the meal get, like, bogged down is what to make,
sure,
and
that's
also when
hard.
you have these logistics of, like, okay, 3 different times that this meal's getting eaten. How do you warm it up? Where's this? Da, 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 and who likes this? And when do they need to eat it? Like Carson's eating 2 dinners before practice, after
Yeah.
practice.
But
So
the prep and dinner, because I can sous chef for you and clean up as you go.
yeah,
Like that's actually a pretty all right moment. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Put some music on. That's not a bad.
right.
That's an easy like. I'm just trying to think of things
And
like
then we can eat.
takeaway.
Yeah, totally.
That's a good
Like
moment,
that
like
is
because
a
it's
great.
like a 15, 20 minute, and usually the kids wanna stay away during that time because they know they don't wanna have to get roped in the
Right.
dishes and
We haven't
stuff.
had any culinary curious kids yet.
No, I don't
Yeah.
think it's coming.
No, I don't either. I mean, unless
No.
it's cookies. They've gotten into making cookies because that's a motivation. They want
Well,
the
there's a
cookies.
reward there.
There's a huge reward
Yeah,
there. But yeah, so
but
I
that's a good one.
but you would be a good sous chef. And I don't you think I should shop smaller. And I'd like to take a knife class because I remember
You
I cut
can't
myself.
have one part of the ingredient overloading your mouth, meaning the bite is just like 80% of green pepper. It doesn't
Right.
work.
And you
Everything's
are good at fine shopping
gotta dice that.
and knife skills. So
Yeah,
we really this is like
yeah,
see what good work we're doing.
yeah.
And I'm glad
What
that
what
everyone's
what is the
listening
good
to
work
us
we're doing?
that you can be my sous chef.
Oh,
What another
basically, I
great
could be your
carpet.
bitch any day, and that works for you.
No, you're just this is different skill sets.
Oh.
And you
Wait, so I have the skill set of a bitch.
no, of the sous chef.
Oh, oh,
I
oh,
always
that oh, got
yeah,
it.
no,
Sorry.
you're an integral part of dinner
Oh,
and
yeah.
the cleanings, we can use those tools again. And then I've thought out what it is, and then we're team working
Mm,
and
makes the dream work.
we can talk about all different
No,
things.
but in all seriousness, that is probably a good moment for people
Yeah, that
if you can manage getting together
yeah,
there, like,
coffee because
schedule
we do it
lines.
during breakfast and we both like tag team
Coffee's
using it.
easy, meal's good. Sit by a little back patio, sit down, front patio, sit
Yeah,
down. That's a good moment. I guess maybe a lot of it's like just try to find 15-ish, 20
yeah.
minutes.
And we're not talking like this is, once to twice a week. Is
Yeah, I mean,
micro,
God forbid,
micro.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
We
but
got
it
baby
keeps you
steps.
but even those moments, those one-on-one, like, really uninterrupted moments, then is your touchback during the week. Like, you've really done, like, the big bond and connection, and it's and then you can just touch back with it and be like, "Oh, yeah. Oh, you have that thing today." And it's just being that
Yeah.
connected other than, like, just about the kids. It's actually, "Oh, I heard you in there. You said you were having a hard time with that. Sounded good today on your guitar thing."
Oh, boom.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then it gets that other layer, and you're like, "She sees me. She hears me." And you feel seen and heard, and that is what we need. And so, and like she's listening. She remembered that I was working on this. And because we had that time, and then
Right.
touching back on that, and then you'll be like happy for me when I get my time with my pickleball group. And you're
Right.
like, "How was that? How'd you do today?" And then
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, he sees me. He
Yeah, my
hears me."
opinion of you drastically changes if you lose pickleball.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Gotta keep
No
that record
pressure.
up.
Yes, yeah. Keep team strat. But yeah, I just think these midlife marriage check-ins are so good because it is a common thing to drift apart, and because we are so busy and so tired and so overwhelmed.
And when you say check in, you mean like check in to make a date night or check in to make just a moment together is what you're
Check
saying?
in
Or you're like,
uninterrupted 15
because at
minutes.
first when you say that, that's like scary. Like when you're like, check in, like, how are we? Are we going to
No,
continue with this journey together? That's what I was like,
you
what?
went glass half empty on that one.
No,
But,
well,
like, just to
it,
just
to me, it felt like a performance review.
oh,
Yeah.
got it. No.
How would you grade my
What would you give
husbandry?
us? 1 to 10. Where are we ranking? Okay, well, I was thinking this, so I'm off. So, no.
Yeah, that might be a little next
Like,
level.
okay, what would the more positive term be on the midlife marriage? What?
Yeah, like to me,
Micro
I
moments.
think it's reshaping your view of a date night.
Yeah,
It doesn't necessarily need to be that what we used to think of like, we're going out to dinner and we're gonna go do something.
right.
It could be, like maybe we said micro dating, but like it
Yeah,
can just be different moments. And
right.
then unfortunately, as I'm coming to realization, her life is not as glamorous as it used to be.
I don't
And
think it
like
was
it
glamorous. I
was, I
think
guess.
hindsight is way more than
No, but I mean, like as you get
movies
older, you
and
gotta
brunch, and it wasn't that glamorous. I mean, we were
it was
hungover,
fantastic.
tired, and like, yeah,
Fantastic.
I think, and yeah, no, but in honoring the stage you're in,
Okay, that's the
and
word.
know that in 10 years we'll look back on this and be like, oh my
Dude, we could still
God,
move.
yeah. Like, we remember how we used to do this and you were like chopped everything so finely and helped me in the
That's
kitchen
that's
and
the
our
takeaway.
coffees. Oh my gosh, remember that? Now our robot does it for us.
Boom, that would be
Yeah.
great.
But
Then we'll
like,
have time.
yes. And just I think it's fun and creative just to find what those moments look like and little pockets of connection can be in your marriage. And it might be like, if we get chickens or goats, it might be going out to go do that and be like, hey, then we
Hey, you wanna feed the goats?
yeah. Just what I just that's popped into my head. But, just you can do
Yes.
create that in any
Yes,
we're really
yes.
giving a lot of
You
good examples here. So whatever that is, it's
No, but
like
I guess what the bottom line is, it doesn't need to be shaped in this amazing wrapper to
yeah.
have a moment.
And you
I
don't have to
think that's
spend a
the
lot of
takeaway.
time, energy, and money on it. It can be these little pockets of 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it can be as simple. And just have that image in your head.
How you doing?
No. Well, yes, but of those couples, we've all seen them at the table. So just remember that it doesn't need to be that.
Don't
Doesn't
be
need to
them.
be, don't be those
Mhm.
couples. And if you are and you have been, all good, shake it up and be like, hey, like think of an experience. Or so you go do an event and then you can talk about it or be like, because last time at dinner, like I kind of was hurting on what to say. And also conversation starter, ask about something specific in their life that they're working on,
Yeah.
what that their hobby is, and you just get back into it and just know that the best way to connect with someone is a compliment or showing interest. And then you're in. You're good to go.
Yeah.
And so that's a good jumping off point. If you've been in that stage where you feel a little disconnected, as we all can get to,
It's
so
fair.
common
Yeah.
is just that's a way back in. And then, and you dive deeper, like we've talked in another marriage topic of like finding love languages, and what theirs is. And it can change too, and really touch base with how do I like to give love? How do they receive love? In the best way, and then make sure you're doing that, and that'll help with connection. And but compliments is always
You look great today.
oh, thank you. And I am so grateful for you at this time. And
Oh, it's
gratitude
fun.
is that the other one. So
Yeah.
get out there, find your micro moments,
Feed
and
the goats.
yeah, and you could share that you listen to this awesome podcast
Ooh.
and be like, hey, listen to it.
Have
And then
coffee
yeah,
and
and
listen
share
to this,
any of your
and then
friends.
critique how dumb we are afterwards.
No. Oh
Oh,
my God.
critique how great we are.
Why, yeah, well, always how great we are.
Yeah.
But share this with friends that
You have
that
that?
have been
Yeah.
like, I feel disconnected. Do this. This will be a nice little nugget for them.
Boom.
Boom. If you loved hanging out with us, hit that follow button and share this episode with someone who could use a little midlife magic. Now go rock the rest of your day.